I was gonna do so good, and then I remembered that I muted myself. Whoopsies. Hey, everybody! Welcome to Between the Pros. How's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah.
Don't mind me, I'm having a bit of a snack, just a pancake sandwich with butter in between, and that's
Hell
it.
yeah. As is your right. As is your right.
Hmm.
Well, hey, before I forget, happy Pride Month, everybody.
Whoop whoop. Happy
Mhm.
Pride.
Mm-hmm. Remember to
Got a
hydrate or
nice
die
little
straight.
rainbow shirt.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Connor got me this shirt from Disneyland that he and his wife just went to last week,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hideous, and I love it.
I like it a lot too.
It's got all the different foods on there.
Oh, nice.
hmm
Yeah, I got this one. I was gonna put over my Blimey shirt
hmm
whenever I went to DreamHack, and then I was like, I don't want to just take the shirt off like in the middle of the crown.
That's weird.
Like, yeah, it's weird. So I was like, you know what? To show the shirt underneath, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wear the Blimey.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah, but it's fun.
Sad you're not wearing the Blimey shirt right now, though.
It's fine.
Quite
It's
upsetting.
it's been retired, but it's funny because like this is Game Changer colors.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably the second best show on the streaming service.
Oh, 100%.
hmm Maximus, do you have any thoughts about Dropout TV?
Not really.
That's fine.
Valid.
They do a good job.
hmm Not sponsored.
Not
Although,
sponsored. Not
not
sponsored.
sponsored. Not sponsored.
It was funny
What?
how many references they made to like stuff that's going on, and
Yeah.
Brendan was like, "Not here. This is not the place for it."
This is our fantasy world.
Erica was like, he was like, "You're an Aokra," and she said, no, I'm an albatross." And at one point, she was like, "I'm gonna shoot out of my gland that's underneath my eye
I hate
just
that.
a stream of salt water, because albatrosses can do that." And he was like, Brendan just started typing real quick, and she was like, "Yeah, I bet you didn't know that, Brendan Lee Mulligan."
Brennan the Bird Master Lee Mulligan didn't
And he
know
was
that?
like, uh, "Let me be clear. That is not the. They don't just spit it out of their gland, and this is not the place for this."
Yeah. So proud of Erica for doing that to him.
Erica was the chaotic goblin as they are. It was
As they
perfect.
always are, and I love them for that. So we're just waiting for some other
Mm-hmm.
players to show up. But in the meantime, how's it going?
It's going good. Just been driving along.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I could just talk up a bunch, but then it's just going to be a lot of non-sponsored stuff because I did play this game. It's really fun. It's called Barony. I played with the devs, and I
Uh-huh.
just sat down and played with them for a good bit. And it's like a
Oh,
dungeon
nice.
crawler rogue like that feels very much like Minecraft-y.
Oh, fun. Okay.
And there's like 9 different races and 21 different classes,
Mm-hmm.
and so there's like 189 different options of things. I was just playing with them. I was just like thinking of the silliest. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a Minotaur barbarian because that sounds great,
That
and
sounds very
or
fun.
a goat man barbarian, and we played a ton. and they were like, "Wow, you're really good at this." I just like games, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Natural born player. What can I
He's
say?
like, this guy's carrying me. I was like, oh shucks. First I was the wizard, and I was like doing okay. I was like, you know what? Let me try the barbarian. Let me try him out. And I was just cutting everybody in half with axes, and I was like, you know what? This is easy. Let's keep at it.
You know what we should talk to Will about doing? Will and Mikey. We should talk to them about doing a Vibe Tribe Productions DM run through of, or Halfling Wizard run through of Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fun.
It'd be just pretty close to. Well, I mean, it's crazy too. Oh, like us play the game. Oh
Live stream the
yeah.
gameplay.
No, that'd be fun, for sure. I'm just always the chaotic person.
What? You are?
Everybody's like, what are you doing? I liked one of my favorite was I was playing a little gnome warlock, and everybody just started killing each other, and I ran behind a practice dummy, and they shot the practice dummy instead. And I was like, "You'll never get me!" And I just popped out, Eldritch blasted me, killed him, and I was like, "Oh no! Everyone I know is dead. Time to loot."
Just gotta loot that body.
And then we reloaded it. Just gotta loot that body. Nobody knows. I am gonna buy that game right now, though.
Oh hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
I'm surprised you didn't already own it.
I don't play a lot of games aside from Baldur's Gate I did see a Helldivers cosplayer, and it was.
Did you really?
Great! It was awesome.
Shit.
It looked so good.
I just played it for the first time in like literal months with my friends right before this stream.
Oh, nice.
We had a great time.
So this game is, I mean, altogether, I'm gonna pay probably $30 for this.
Oh, nice.
For all the DLCs, because I want to play the things. And they said their Discord's pretty active.
We love an active Discord.
We love an active Discord. It's so funny because I was playing with the devs, and at one point I was like, huh, something happened. I think like I left this screen whenever I was typing my name, and now it's not letting me click any of the classes. And they're like, all right, we'll patch that. I was like, okay.
That's so good.
Yeah. They're like, keep this a note. This is something that needs to get worked on. And they're like, all right, we'll do it. I was like, that's cool.
Very responsive. We love that of them.
It was sort of neat just to like, I don't know, this is the first time really, and then like there was a Gears of War developer that came by, and he was talking to them. We saw the people that did Peglin too, if you're familiar with that game. It's kind of like Peggle. You're playing a goblin, and he's like going across the top of the screen, and he's fighting monsters and stuff, and you have to shoot the thing to get him like more powers or something like that.
Sweet young lad.
Sweet young lad. But yeah, now I'm gonna buy this. I told my friend because he at first I wasn't gonna go because I was like, he asked me to go to this DreamHack, and I was like, to be honest, my guy, I don't really care about esports. Like, they're not that fun. And he asked me months ago, and he asked me to buy a ticket, and he ended up buying an extra ticket. And then he asked me again, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like, again, like, I'll play games with you guys, but I'm not competitive. Like, I don't play sports to have to beat people. I play it just to have fun. This is the same thing I do for games. Like I can get real sucked into a game, But at the end of it all, I'm like, it's just a game. I'm not gonna take it seriously. And so to see the whole competitive scene, I was like, hey, there's a D&D area over there. I'm gonna go over there and hang out with some people over there. And some people, like, it almost seemed like they thought I was like taking it as a joke or whatever. But I was like, no, I was like totally advocating. I was like, do what you want. Like, that sounds so fun. Like, there was one guy and he's like, I'm a barbarian, but I'm putting my stats into intelligence. I'm putting some of my stats into intelligence instead of dexterity. And I was like, go for it, man. Like, because he wanted to be a detective barbarian.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
And so that's whenever I was playing as Owlman.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, are you sure you don't want to be a detective? And I was like, I solve crimes my way.
Hi, Erica.
Down by laws. Hey, Erica.
I'm not held down by laws. I'm Owlman.
I operate outside of them.
Hi, Erica. I don't know if you can hear us yet. Guess who else is here?
Connor.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. Do either of you two have any fun interruptions to make? Want to talk about your day? Any fun adventures you've had recently?
Me? Have I had any fun adventures?
Nice.
I have a story to tell you, my sibling,
Oh
off
no.
camera.
Bro.
Oh no.
About today. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Do we need to end the stream for a quick second? Is this Cheesemac?
No, it's definitely should wait.
Is
No,
this Cheesemac?
we'll wait. It's fine. But other than that, no, I've
Oh,
been good.
okay.
Well,
I have tea for you also.
I don't know how much of a doxing it is for me about my work and stuff like that, but somebody pooped in my wave pool at the end of the day today, so that was fun.
That's
no.
boring.
Yeah, it's our first poop of the season.
That happens every year.
I know.
And
Yeah, it does. But this is special. This was our first poop of the season. So
In the wave.
What a shitty way to start the season.
yeah, 7 days in, and that happens. Damn. Riding high over there after your adventures today. That's fine. Anything. Or sorry. Otherwise, I'm great. I'm getting Roll20 set up and learning how to talk again. And
That's fair.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. How's everybody else doing?
Pretty.
Literally just woke up.
good.
Maximus had a pancake sandwich, which sounded amazing.
Hell
Butter.
yeah.
With just butter and sugar, and that's it.
Yep.
See, I like putting almond butter in those kind of pancakes. Big almond butter fan.
We don't have. I don't think we have almond. Don't know. We have almond butter. But as for me, I decided to go back home and look what I found.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like
Love books.
this book is not for if you do not like scary stuff, like scary. Australian Ghost Legends, do not read it because it's filled with stuff of what paranormal stuff you'll find here, including Min lights.
Oh, I'm buying the book right now. Fucking love ghosty books.
John Hepperman Haunted Australia. Because I decided to hyperfixate on the dead.
We all gotta be them at some point. Speaking of the dead, who wants to play D&D? Erica, are you suspicious?
I thought it was just a millennial reference that we're all a little dead inside.
That too. That too. All right. So, where we left off last session, we made it to town. We made it to Blimey on the Moon. God damn it, man. Fuck, that's funny. We made it to the town of Karan. Of Karen, I think I actually called it yesterday. Or not yesterday. Last session. I can't talk. Wow, it's gonna be a long night. Borealis and Klaus have retreated into the castle, and preparations are beginning for a party in Borealis's honor and in your all's honor. You all were allowed to kind of bump blah 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 around the town. Some of you made contact with my favorite NPC, Hamartai, the town blacksmith. He was making a masquerade mask for Quill. Love purchased an item from him, and then Mordau was getting something from him as well. And Kundar just kind of was around, as I understand.
Yeah,
Connor,
just not doing anything.
Yeah, you're observing, you're supervising. Yeah. Mordau had the great idea to go to the town doctor and see what his whole shit was about, and came upon a dead end. And Love adventured to the church, which is a little strange because all the gods are dead in this world. And now we open in something called Media Res.
Fun.
Last minute interruptions. Good. Swivel my chair. Night falls over the coastal kingdom of Karen. Pleasant cold breezes rush effortlessly across the crashing waves, filling the palace and town with the gentle scents of sea salt, roses, and night-blooming jasmine, all undercut with the delicate citrus blossoms the kingdom is known for. A rush of excitement fills the palace halls as everyone prepares for the grand celebration their king called for. An engagement, a cure, and a thank you to the brave adventurers who rescued their king and soon-to-be queen from the terrors of the Darkwood. Hammer works without delay to finish the masquerade helm of one of these adventurers. The striking of steel with hammer against the anvil fills the crisp air, sparks catching his determined gaze as in the palace, candles are being lit and raised into place to allow guests the opportunity to enjoy themselves well into the night. Klaus, formerly blind and king of Karen, watches peacefully through a tall window as the moon rises above the ocean waves. His servants bustling through his chambers, gathering bits of costumes and masks that he had never bothered to acknowledge because he could not see its finery. And in the tallest tower of the palace, chosen by her longing for childhood comfort, Borealis sits staring at the same moon as Klaus. Strange, she thinks, how different the moon appears from this new window, only miles away from where she used to view it, speak to it, and cry to it for comfort. A maid touches her shoulder gently, informing her that it's time to get ready. With a rustle of her skirts, we pan to you all, the brave adventurers. What are you doing to get ready for this grand celebration?
Have they made...
Sorry.
Go on.
Probably donning my very special mask I've had with me. It is basically probably a silver mask with the holes being that they look like blue as sapphire.
Very nice.
with a bit of a pointed nose.
I think Mordau, because you said it was a masquerade ball, right? Mordau gets his tuxedo made that he had been asking about. And then he asked for his mask to be made in a kind of a ode to like the cloud giant smiling ones, just like a plain white mask with some like gilded little threads on it, and then he tears off his sleeves off of his new tuxedo.
I'm so happy you said that because I just sent you something. Please let me know if that link does not work.
No, it does.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Bork, bork. Connor, Erica.
Yeah. What room are we in, Ramia?
I don't know, wherever the fuck you want to be.
Medium res.
It's medium red.
Love is outside of the tavern. On the street, it's night or dusk?
It is nighttime.
Night. Okay.
Night.
Yeah, Love is out, kind of like on the. I'm assuming that there's like a porch veranda type walkway type thing. So she's out. She's getting readjusted. Her she's shifted back from the adventuring outfit into a modified version of the previous ball that we had all attended. So she's modified that one through the night. Not anything like just cosmetic. She still has her cloak on. She shifts it, has it pinned. Hood is down. Horns are out. She's tucked in the shirt and kind of like the tunic type thing. Got it readjusted with the armor. So she looks as formal as she can while also embracing the adventurer type theme. And in her hands, on her side, like strapped still to her adventuring pack, she has her mask that she picked up from Hammertie, and in her hands she has the bag o' rocks that she found in her cloak pocket. She's not. It's the drawstring is tied, but she's kind of just idly like weighing it, I guess, a little bit. And she's looking out into the darkness. I don't know if she can see the church.
Does she have dark vision?
She does.
She can see the church.
Okay, yeah, I think she's just idly staring at the church, not like in a menacing kind of way, but her gaze just kind of keeps going back towards that area as she puts the pouch back in her pocket, grabs her staff, and then make sure that the mask is still in place. She's not going to put it on yet, but kind of get the cloak out of the way there, and one hand will kind of over the mask a little bit, idly, and with her other hand, have we had a long rest?
Not since you've gotten to town.
Okay, perfect.
Not unless you have physically decided to sleep for 8 hours.
Got you. Yeah, no. If it's not that much time yet, that's fine. I just need to know if I was going to shuffle my abyssal skills or spells. Then she's going to, while looking at the church with the knight and holding the staff, she's going to do a little tap with the staff and send out kind of like a brief little shing of sparks, and kind of like a little bit of a almost like a whetstone style of just using prestidigitation, which is her current abyssal cantrip that she has. Just kind of flare up in the dark a little bit where the wood meets the wood of the porch. The little tap tap kind of situation. And then settle back into one hand just idly strumming on the face of the mask, the other one holding the staff and still just looking out at the church, just waiting, wondering if there's someone watching her back.
Okay. And then I let you know off camera between our last session and now that you are able to do that Arcana check on your glowing bag o' rocks once per session to see if you can unlock its hidden features.
Cool. I would actually like to do that right now then, actually.
Okay.
Do. A 7. Nope. I'm distracted.
You were
Works for me.
distracted.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Erica.
Quill will be probably still at the tavern, waiting for the last finishing touches to be done to his costume, and trying to teach the bartender if he serves food, trying to get him to can he make like a red Thai curry? Like, do you have these ingredients? Can we try and do this?
So you're talking to Cord, who's the tavern owner. Trying to think of a skill that you should roll to find out. Do you have cook's utensils or something like that?
I'm a bard. I'm decent at everything.
Jack of all trades?
Yeah, that.
Oh.
For what, cooking?
For cooking.
Survival.
Survival? Okay. Yeah, you can roll me as you can roll a survival check.
Waiting for that to load.
And now I'm gonna Google the ingredients to a red Thai curry.
Yeah, 18.
Tofu.
Okay. Let's see. That looks actually really good. I think at this point, because you've been here for quite a few hours and you've been making friends with Cord, I think Cord has invited you back behind the bar and kind of back into the kitchens to show you kind of what he's working with. And you see that he does have a few staples. He's got rice and he's got wheat. He's got garlic and onions. But he doesn't really have like a lot of the stuff that you would need to make a traditional red Thai curry. He does have a lot of salt because they're right off of the ocean. There's poultry, but you're missing a few kind of key ingredients like pumpkins or butternut squash, green beans, basil leaves, coriander, red chili spices, lemongrass, and ginger, and coconut milk.
I'm just going to do my best to find substitutes.
Okay. With an 18, I think you do, but I would love to hear what substitutes you're finding.
I think will know what goes into it more than me because it's his favorite, not mine.
But is Will here? Did you say Will or Quill?
Quill.
Oh, I thought you said Will, like the halfling wizard.
Oh, no. I don't like curry myself, but that is Quill's favorite, so.
Mm-hmm. In this world of make-believe, I'm sure we can, between the two of us, come up with a little bit of roleplay situation.
just ends up being like broccoli soup. Just a completely.
Yeah. You somehow end up making like fried rice, chicken fried rice.
Nailed it.
Let the record show, I love curry.
Is your name Quill?
No, I just wanted to throw that in there.
Okay, thank you. What's your favorite kind of curry?
My favorite kind?
Yeah.
I think if hang on, how do I expand this out with character stuff? I think Erica, Quill's in the tavern, right?
Oh yeah.
I think that's what probably brings love back in from the porch, from the from her death glaring over across to the church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that for a moment. But yeah.
Yeah, so Love walks into a bar and she says, "Ow."
I hate you.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm
I
not.
wouldn't be. That was great.
I'm not.
Yeah, Love turns to walk into the tavern and just into the door jam. Who put that bar there? And kind of shakes up at the pages of the book. Shakes her head up there. Hey guys, what you making?
Trying to see if I can get a facsimile of a red tie curry.
Ooh, is that do they make the chicken kind with that one I can't remember what they call it. I had it in that one on that one adventure. It's the fuzzy one. You know, it's the fuzzy one and it's got the white on the inside, and it's like real hard. It's that, and they did that, and they had the chicken, and it's just so good. Do you have that?
We might have a few things, but we're going to have to do quite a few substitutes. Does he have any chilies at all?
You find spicy peppers, but you're not sure if they would be chilies.
Only one way to find out. I just start cutting a few, and I just take a bite and just toss it in my mouth.
Roll a fucking will save? Con save?
Natural 20.
Cool. Yep, it's like nothing. It's like absolutely nothing to you. This is like eating a fucking marshmallow to you. And Cord looks at you and is like, those are Carolina Reapers. And you just ate 4 of them.
Back home, we have a territory called Kalimshan. We have a lot of spicy food down there. Now, I'm not from Kalimshan originally, but I traveled quite a bit.
So you have experience with all kinds of spicy.
Oh, I can eat anything from curry to traditional tacos without needing to run to the bathroom.
What are tacos?
I will show you. And while this is simmering, I start making tacos.
Cord is taking down as many notes as possible. And he goes, there's been stories about a great wizard who tried to learn about this mystical thing called tacos, and I just thought he was crazy, but you've done it.
Do you have legends about me here?
Are you a wizard?
Close enough. You couldn't tell the difference. I received my training through books and things like that, but not at some stuffy wizard's tower. Mostly through books found from dead wizards or in the bargain bin.
I thought your name was Quill, but are you Taco?
No. Tacos are food.
No.
Love has a whole
Taco.
curry taco just in her face. And
No,
just
that's
like,
another wizard from another place. Disregard that.
No, darlings, I'm not. That was a joke for me, Dad, and Maximus only.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
And now all we gotta do is, and I'm like, okay, another recipe is the Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
What's a Philly?
The name Philadelphia, it means city of brotherly love. And in this, it is taking a aged steak cut very thin. If you think you've cut it thin enough, thinner.
But if I make it too thin, won't I just be able to like see right through it?
That's actually just about the right thickness.
Whoa.
We're going to need peppers, onions, mushrooms. We're going to find cheese. Add that into a pot with a bit of cream. We're going to let the cheese melt down. If you are brave, you take a couple of these peppers, put that in there. Otherwise, just a bit of the oil. That's a personal preference. It is not mandatory. And I start going over the recipe on how to make Philly chicken, steak and cheese, how to make tacos. Like, Quill has his coat off, folded over the far end of the bar. His tie is loosened. The sleeves are rolled up.
As this happens, you're cooking up a storm. You are Gordon Ramsaying the shit out of this tavern, which is named the Cheers and Beers Cantina. And as you're making all of these different foods and you're expanding Cord's menu, the door opens on the front of the tavern, and in walks Homer, and he's carrying a box under one arm, and he's carrying a folded garment bag over his other arm. And as he doesn't see anybody in the front of the house, he calls out, "Hello?
Hey, we're in here, mate. Come on back."
Okay. And he walks back there, pokes his head through the little door, and he goes, What's going on?"
Oh, here, try this. And I hand them a cheesesteak sandwich.
He kind of like motions to his full hands and says, I'll get that into these are for you, Quill. It's your helmet, and then I ran into Marianne from the dressers, the clothiers, and she asked me to give this to you also. And he motions to the garment bag.
Oh, you're a peach. This is why I've got to learn Mage Hand, because my hands are covered in flour and stuff. So
I'll put them out there on one of the tables. I don't think anybody's gonna come in and take them. Everybody is pretty much heading off to the palace anyway.
wait, is it time for that already?
Oh yeah.
This has still got to simmer for 15 minutes.
I mean,
Fashionably
late.
I mean, some
Said it
things
at the
are.
same time. That was fun. Sorry.
Yeah, some things are far more important.
Sure. And as he rushes back into the dining area, places your items on a table, and then he goes back in and he takes that Philly cheesesteak from you and he inspects it and he sniffs it and then he takes a bite out of it. And he goes, "Oh, this is really good. Oh, this is like everything I want in a meal. Holy shit. You have more of this?"
We have a few more. Oh, and here, and I hand him a basket of cheese fries.
He just takes it, he looks at it, and he looks at the Philly in his hand, and he looks back at the fries, and he goes, "Oh, this is great. Oh, I want to give you your money back. This is like trade enough."
Do you like spicy food, Hama?
Do I like spicy food? I work in a forge all day.
What the outside of your body can handle and what the inside of it can handle are two different things.
Give me your worst.
I will go ahead and spoon over to him some of that curry we made.
Okay.
Most of it's gone.
Alright. Most of it's gone because Love ate it all.
Love has just been there, just eating curry this whole time.
And Love's got
dipping
hellish
tacos.
resistance.
Love does have hellish resistance.
Okay. Erica, roll a d20, just a straight d20.
10.
Perfect. He takes that spoon of curry from you and he sniffs it and he kind of like winces a little bit and then he eats it and he chews it slowly and you can see a blush start to creep up from his neck and take over his already dark complexion, and it moves to his ears and then he smiles as he swallows it and he says, "Not bad, but I've had worse." By worse, I mean hotter.
We don't have the right chilies.
Sure. That's what they always say.
No, literally, I don't have half of the original ingredients. I'm trying to piecemeal everything together. Do you want a taco?
Do I want a scrawny wizard?
Back home, a taco is a food. Apparently, I have learned of a wizard named Taco. This is
a food after a wizard?
No. Back home, we don't have a wizard named Taco. We, in fact, have a food dish named Taco.
There's a tabaxi named Taco where I'm from.
Really?
Is he named after the wizard?
I'm not sure about the wizard. I think my tabaxi named Taco is some kind of a sorcerer, but yeah, it's the Taco Cat.
I'm so mad.
Now,
so mad.
Back home, some of the best tacos are actually served out of the back of a wagon.
Yeah, like the wizard.
What?
No, I'm getting caught up on the wizard. Sorry. Yeah, I'll try a taco. Yeah, I'll try one of your home style tacos.
And so I hand him a taco. It's the last one, I realize, because Love has eaten all of them.
She sure has.
Just like real life.
Just like real life.
Just like real life. To talk shit about our family real quick, Connor. Part of our family is Mexican, Spanish Mexican. It was ingrained in our brains from a very young age that we needed to fill up our plate with as many tacos as we could eat. Not as many as we wanted, but as many as we could eat. Because if we tried to go back for seconds, they would have been gone. So.
It's
Tickle
yet
and
another
Silver.
instance of a self-insert character for me, but that's fine.
It
We
is.
don't have to dwell on.
Yeah, we don't have to
We don't
talk
have
about
to
it.
dwell.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good. We're
No,
fine.
it's fine.
Carry on.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I'm from the northern part of my own territory, I guess would be the best say, the Sword Coast. Um, but below that, you have regions of called Kalimshan and stuff like that. And in all this, uh, these recipes come from Kalimshan. This one is actually from Battledale, um, and that the Battledale is where I'm getting the cheesesteak. Uh, so, and I'm just going over like this whole like cultural phenomenon of foods and getting introduced. So yeah, I've traveled half of my own continent, mostly by way of eating everywhere and everything I could.
Well, happy to have you here to introduce us to some better cooking than what Cord's been giving us these years. Sorry, Cord, no offense. And Cord says,
Hey,
nope, I feel it.
hey, Cord's food has been very filling and carry you through the day. And he has a ton of different spices and seasonings. The question is how do you put them together to make all the different flavors, work with each other? And you're only going to get that two ways: have somebody show you, or trial and error. And when you error, it comes out in a way that most people just don't enjoy. And since people are paying for your food, you don't really have the opportunity for error.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
So,
sense.
hey, Cord's played it safe and made sure that everybody ate.
Cord's been making food for farmers. Farmers only want meat and potatoes. That's it. He does what he can. And Cord goes, "Aw," and he kind of blushes a little bit. But Hammer takes a taco and he tries it. And he kind of like grimaces. He's like, flavor's not bad, but consistency's good. It's just, I don't think this one's for me.
You know what? But you tried a new thing.
Yeah. Always down to try a new thing.
I can't think of a single alcohol I haven't tried. Had one that tasted like black licorice.
Ooh, you're gonna enjoy some of the stuff that they got up in the palace. They got shit I hadn't even heard of.
If it's also not served down here, I probably don't want it. I mean, I've heard some respectable things about you, King, but he's not willing to roll up his sleeves and get a little dirty on himself.
I mean, not to defend the monarchy or anything, but why would we want him around sharp, pointy objects in the forge, or why would we want him out in the fields or on a boat? Fucker was blind, is blind, was blind. He was a danger to himself. He shared all that he wanted to, all that he could from the castle, much less from throwing out the statues themselves. But the
I've
farmers
met
here,
blind fishermen. I've met blind fishermen. I've met blind cooks.
yeah,
Turns
blind
out,
fishermen and cooks that were raised in it. He was raised with a silver spoon in his mouth. He wouldn't know how to tie off a lure or start a fire if it would save his life. He's not a bad guy. He shares. He gave us food and drink. He shared his alcohol with us until all the farmers and the sailors told him to stop. They didn't want the stuff to make them feel good and to get them drunk and have a party. They just wanted something to wash down their stew with at the end of the day and give them a good night's sleep.
Yeah, fair enough. As long as it's your choice.
Oh.
So that's the big thing that Quill has snuck into everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is that as long as the people have a choice, that is what matters.
Mm-hmm.
And it needs to be a real choice, not just, the crown deciding whether or not you're going to uh, give you two options of choices, and neither one are actually real or meaningful.
That comes in later. That's a later arc.
So, yeah, been half of everywhere. Picked up a thing or two everywhere I've gone. So here I am, jack of all trades, master of none. Uh, about the only thing I am truly good at is, well, talking too much.
You're one of them entertaining folks. Seems like that's a whole part of your shtick. But I have to
Hey,
get
well,
back to the forge.
that's half of magic anyway. Threaten to turn somebody into a frog when they've seen you already cast a few other spells. Now they're afraid you actually can turn them into a frog.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I mostly just stick them with the pointy end. But you enjoy
Yeah,
the
but
party
that's
tonight, and
hey,
thank you for the food.
hey. Well, of course, but if you get good at poking someone with the pointy end, then if you just level a blade at someone and tell them they're next, you might not have to fight at all.
There's a reason why I don't fight anymore. And he nods his head and nods towards Cord, and then Hammer takes his leave.
Oh, I'm going to get ready for this fucking party. Uh, so before I go, I'm going to go ahead and down the. Damn it, love.
Yeah, Roar?
I haven't had any of the curry yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's just so good. I can't help myself. I love it so much. Okay. Do you want me to make something for you? I'd be happy to.
Actually, why don't we make something together?
Ooh, that sounds fun.
So, first thing, what do you need? As I've got spices and foods and stuff like that, it's like ready to be chopped up. What do you need? So I just slide down the countertop.
As you guys are doing this real quick and figuring this stuff out, Dan, Maximus, is there anything that you guys would like to do? Get ready for the party?
No.
No?
He's
Are
all
you
ready to
guys
go.
are you guys already at the party, or are you at the inn or something?
Oh, he's probably waiting for the other ones to show up.
Just waiting outside by the drawbridge.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm looking out at the sun going down. I'm like, I thought everybody was gonna get here on time, but you know what? That's fine. And I've already got my tuxedo sleeves tied up to the back of my head. And I'm like, you know what? I'll see if I can talk to anybody around here. I just go walk around.
Did you double knot your tuxedo sleeves?
I did.
What's your least favorite pattern of clothing, Dan?
It is polka dot.
That's what your tuxedo sleeves turn into. Is a polka dot
I
print.
don't see them. But
everybody else gets to see it.
Makes me look like a pirate.
Yeah. God.
It's fashionable in the high seas, but I don't know. I don't know that.
All right. Love, Erica. You can have your little dinner party real quick.
Is there a potato?
Yep, potatoes right here.
Cool. So Love is gonna go. I got this, and kind of look around and as discreetly as possible, point at the potato and cast Sacred Flame. Like a dexterity save for the potato, DC 14. That seems low, but 14.
You want?
It's immovable object. Well, not immovable, but it is an inanimate object, and so automatically fails.
But it is Sacred Flame. Sacred Flame never works.
You want me to roll a DC 14 dexterity saving throw on a vegetable?
Yes, please.
No,
you don't have to. You're in charge. Anyway, Love casts Sacred Flame and just like finger guns and just like.
I got a nat 1.
Woo! Goes Sacred Flame and cooks the potato, like a little baked potato thing, and then kind of looks around again and then goes prestidigitate and like wiggles fingers as quietly as possible and flavors the potato to taste like a what
no, go ahead.
I know, I'm trying to think. Quill is a half elf, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think with Love's limited experience with elven kind and half elven kind, she kind of goes like, I don't know, and then does like a flavoring thing to make it taste like pot roast. Yeah, like a barbecue pot roast, and just and then just slides it over to Quill and goes, "Here you go."
Connor.
Yeah.
Roll perception.
Uh-oh.
Quill just takes a knife and fork and.
It's a 1-6.
You swear, as you Sacred Flame this potato, you swear you can hear it screaming in a high-pitched voice.
Nice. I didn't poke holes in it, so that's probably what that is.
You hope that's what that is.
I'm so sorry to be this much of a problem, but I'm also.
Oh no, you don't. You're not sorry about it at all.
I am. I didn't actually mean for this to be like a whole. It takes 4 radiant damage, so whatever that translates into potato. Bam! Prestidigitate. Pot roast. Barbecue pot roast. Here you go.
Considering a commoner has about 4 hit points, is this potato burnt?
Yeah.
Anything more than 1 hit point.
You get a very nice charcoal potato. It's good for detoxing.
It's charcoal.
It's charcoal.
Love.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay drunk. This might sober me up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're totally right. That is, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just, that curry was so good. I didn't know. Yeah, I'll just, and she just like kind of sweeps it and like onto the floor and then like picks it. It's hot and just throws it. Anyway, shall we, to the, yeah?
Love, make an insight check.
Oh god. This is scary.
That's a 21 for those of you who can't see my Roll20 screen, but it's right there.
Love, by the look in Quill's face and the idea of y'all cooking together and am not in a hurry to join the whole party and all of the festivities. Did Will mean this to be a cooking date?
Love, like fresh throwing the potato and and then it kind of settles in and goes, I have a boyfriend, and just like Tom Cruise runs out the door, like double door saloon, doesn't matter, just boom, dun, 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 into the dark streets and just books it as fast as she possibly can.
You said Tom
Awkward.
Cruise, but all I heard was Terminator Run.
Yeah, no, it's some Terminator Run, like
The
T-1000.
Robert
full,
Patrick run?
Yep,
Yeah.
just full arms going up and down and like confused crying happening as she as far as she possibly can.
Maybe I should have asked first. So, as everybody else has been eating, there's like half of a cheesesteak sandwich left. So I just start eating that, finish, and then I go get dressed.
Perfect.
Of course, pleasantries with Cordy.
Yes, he thanks you for the food, and he allows you access to one of the rooms upstairs in the inn to get changed if you'd like. And you have a present in your inbox.
Straightens up Skippy's bow tie on his matching tuxedo.
Is he also? Did you also rip off the arms of Skippy's tuxedo and tie them around his head?
Uh-huh. So, Skippy, what I need you to do is, I need you to follow Borealis, and if anything bad happens, you make a signal, okay?
Have you used your headband yet?
No, I don't know that the headband.
Okay. Skippy the goat goes.
Okay. Ba once, if you understand what I mean. Ba two, if you need to go to the bathroom. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I'll see you later. Just find Borealis, or I'll take you to her. Then you just stick around her.
All right.
Okay.
Are the four of you entering together or separately?
Oh, I was already at the party.
Oh, you're already inside. Perfect.
Is my camera working for you guys?
You are
No,
frozen,
you're frozen.
Yeah, you stuck.
in the greatest pose ever.
Oh, great.
Yep. You're staring into the soul
Still staring.
of our audience and our players. Nope.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay. And then there were four.
Love will get to the door and because she's a ranger, Aragorn push open, and then turn around and close the door as awkwardly as tieflingly possible.
As tieflingly possible. Does she get her tail caught in the door, kind of like how when they were filming the Two Towers or whatever the fuck it was called? That dude kicked the helmet and broke his toe.
Viggo Mortensen?
Viggo Mortensen broke his toe? Did you know that?
That
your
dude?
Sibling.
I know.
I see what you did there.
Here's a toxic fact about your Dungeon Master, is that I have never watched Lord of the Rings, and I never will.
I watched it when I was like 11.
I watched it when I was.
Last time I watched it. It was like
I watched it.
19 years ago.
I watched it once, and it scared me, and so I will not watch it again. And my friends don't like that about me because they love Lord of the Rings.
This is crazy coming from someone that's storytelling us in a fantasy world that's very similar to that.
You're welcome. Isn't it great?
And you got scared, so you're not going to watch it, and yet you just added a spoopy book to your Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
Spoopy. Yeah.
I have layers.
Fair enough. Layers.
I am ogre.
I am ogre. It's all ogre.
I have layers.
Also, Morse.
But
So good.
also,
yeah,
Dungeons and Daddies has been having a running joke about that. So
Yeah.
Will Campos just posted it on their TikTok page. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, love gets her tail stuck in the door. Sure, why not? That sounds fun. Yeah, so I think it's a 3-part thing. Part 1, open door like Aragorn. Part 2, awkwardly turn and shut door. Part 3, turn as door finishes shutting and then pinch on the tail. And then, Hi.
You see Kendar outside, just watching you do this.
It just. Why?
What's up? What's going on around these parts, eh?
Nothing of yet.
Oh, okay, that's fun. Where's Mordau?
I don't think I know. I haven't seen him anywhere.
Suspicious.
So I cut the fucking king right in half. That's right. One blow. Crazy.
The gentleman that you're talking to takes a sip from his goblet of wine and says, "My word."
Sorry, it was not a king. It was his assistant. Then I killed the king. But I cut the guy right down the middle.
Mordau.
Mordau.
Hey, Mordau. Listen, I know you're very proud of that, but maybe we shouldn't be talking about regicide in a new kingdom where we're honored guests of the king. Just
Kings die all the time.
Yeah, see, it's that kind of thing that while technically you're correct, maybe that shouldn't be a focal point of like the conversation right now. You know?
People like war stories.
Yeah, okay. Can I eyeball the group or individual that Mordau is speaking to?
Absolutely. Roll me either insight or investigation.
They're both a 6. I'm gonna do investigation.
An investigation. I'm getting a prop. Hold on. 22?
22.
22?
Yes.
With the 22, you can see that this gentleman is clearly intoxicated. He is swaying on his feet as he is standing still. I'm walking back to my computer now. He is swaying on his feet. He is sloshing about his almost empty wine goblet. And he is hiccuping as he goes. And you can tell, even though this gentleman has said, "My word," that it was kind of just a drunken, I don't know what else to say, but I'm trying to be present in this moment.
Got it. Yeah, Mordau, that's a fascinating story. Hey, how about you tell this lovely and I'm sure very important person something about your hometown? How about that? That seems like something probably very neutral to talk about.
Tell me about the regicide guy.
All right, so he that guy, I just took his head off. Just one clean swoop. It was pretty
Holy
crazy.
shit.
It was pretty crazy.
Oh, fuck.
But honestly, he was a piece of shit. He was
yeah. Oh no, fuck that guy.
he was trying to marry his daughter.
Is that his daughter?
Exactly. That's what I
Oh,
said.
okay.
I said this guy's gotta go.
Oh,
And then
fuck that guy.
boom, done.
You
Done.
shoulda come half. Shoulda.
You know, honestly, I was thinking that, but the thing about getting cut in half is it's pretty instant. You take the head off, some arcanists, some medicine weavers, they believe the noggin stays alive for a little bit.
Oh yeah. I heard about this one monarch who got beheaded, and they had made a bet beforehand for science
Put it back
that
on.
after the beheading, the guy was supposed to sing a song if he was still alive. And he did it.
He did or he didn't?
Bork.
I got that dog in me. I'm sorry.
He got that dog in him.
Just whenever I talk about breaking some wheels, dogs start barking.
Oh, love breaking wheels.
Yep,
Fuck
those
wheels.
things. Fuck wheels. Exactly. Fuck wheels. I'm more of a ball guy. I mean, I know wheels are like very adjacent to balls. But yeah, fuck wheels.
Fuck wheels.
If we had carriages on balls instead of wheels, we don't have to just go straight. We can go anywhere.
Bounce.
Well, no, these would be actually like heavy.
It's bounce. I think.
I realize we're not on the same level over here.
I think this guy has clearly been here for a while.
I gotta go.
I think, and he just keeps saying "I think" and wagging his finger as if you were still there.
Ball guy.
I think.
Ball guy.
Anyone else? You see, as you cross the the fucking the thing that I can't remember the thing of. This was coffee in this chalice, by the way. I pinky promise. It is black coffee. Nothing more. Drawbridge, that's the word I was looking for. As you cross the drawbridge into the palace proper, you see and hear multiple people that are mingling around the yard. Some are sticking closer to the lit torches to give themselves a little bit of heat, as well as light to talk to the individuals that they are around. All of these people that you see, men and women alike, all have various masks on. Most of them seem to be half masks that are fairly basic. You would think there's not a whole lot of like design on them, but they do range in colors. Some of them do have a little bit more accoutrement to them, and they are all wearing very fancy gowns and suits made out of the finest materials. The doors into the actual palace, leading into the main room and the ballroom itself, are open for you to go through whenever you're ready. And Dan, did you just kind of put Skippy on the ground for him to find his own way about?
Close to Borealis.
Okay. You don't see Borealis yet. You also don't see Klaus.
Okay. Well, if Skippy's gonna be Borealis's person that walks her down the aisle, she's gotta have Skippy with her. So I'm gonna go look.
Skippy is flower girl confirmed. Okay. Where are you going to look for Borealis?
I grab Skippy and put him over under my arm. We're just gonna. All right, let's just go look for her. Gonna go find. I'm sure they stuck her in a tower somewhere.
Okay. The party is getting to life all around you. You can hear people laughing. And in fact, let me read you this thing that I have pre-written for this occasion. With the sun securely settled beneath the horizon, the gulls quiet as they return to their nests. The sea-chilled air fills the world beyond the castle, never able to penetrate the interior of Klaus's lavish home, thanks to the burning candles and fireplaces. Chandeliers hang from the rafters of the great hall, filling the halls with a warming scent of cinnamon. A string of quartet plays from the corner, their eyes cast down to their instruments and the sheets of music resting on their stands. Lords and ladies glide over the tiled floor with ease, dancing, laughing, and gossiping. Rainier stands to the opposite side of the room as the quartet, talking casually with two individuals dressed in all black and with simple half-white domino masks. Flowers decorate the room, adorning dishes of food and glasses of drink. You find that most of the guests have taken the floral theming into consideration for their own costumes. Gowns as flouncing as the bulbs on tulips, and suits as sharp as the leaves of blackberry bushes. Also fun to note is that the palace grounds are lined with gardens of various flowers, and each of them have a little placard depicting what plants they are.
I'm picking a bouquet out of the flowers.
Okay. You find. Roll me investigation.
If it'll go. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna use one of my inspirations.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well, you do find some stuff. So you find the following bushes of flowers and like potted plants. You find zinnia, tuberose, scabious, heath, and you find a small tree with a small sign next to it that designates apples, and you find that that growing tree is already blossoming with flowers.
Okay. Take as much as I can.
Okay. You get yourself a nice little bouquet. Skippy follows you as you move from plant to plant, and
Every flower I feed Skippy a flower.
he eats a little something from each little flower bush, bleating happily as he does.
How many people at this party are in their masks already?
Everybody. Everyone is wearing a mask.
Okay. I think when Love realizes this, she's going to head over to as unoccupied a corner as possible and unship the mask that she got from Hamertai and slip it on.
Okay. As you do, you swear that you hear very soft laughter.
Like persistent, or is it like a duh and then gone?
It's like a da-da-da, and then gone.
Can I see where that's coming from?
You can certainly try.
I would love to. That sounds
You
fun.
can roll investigation for me.
Sure. A 9.
A 9. As you look out across the crowd, you see that there are many people who are laughing, but none of them quite sound like the laughter you heard. But it's hard to pull and differentiate between the different sounds in this large of a crowd.
Okay. Is there anything? Is there like a banquet table, or like is there like hors d'oeuvres or?
Yep.
Okay, drinks and stuff.
Absolutely. Yep. There are tables lining the outer walls of the longer walls of this room, interspersed with like smaller tables, and then you can kind of surmise from one of the doors that you see a few servants continuously coming and going from that the kitchens must be somewhere down that way.
Got it. Having flashbacks of going into the kitchen before, Love is going to palm like a cutlery set, or like a I don't know if there's like hors d'oeuvre forks and like a little knife or something. Is there cutlery?
There's like little utensils here and there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Love's gonna take like a fork, right?
Okay.
And a plate, and put some food on it, and kind of like quickly eat it as she walks, and doesn't mingle, but is just looking. I think looking for Klaus and or like any indication of where Klaus and Borealis would be. And then she's going to set the plate down, but then try and palm the fork, like either up the sleeve or in a pocket.
Okay. As you do that, kindly roll me perception.
Sure. If I could read where it is, right there. A 24.
Oh, perfect! As you are hurriedly eating these hors d'oeuvres, I feel like you're also kind of looking around to see if anybody is watching you palm this fork after this action. And as you do that, your eyes swing over and you make direct eye contact with Rainier again, as he is still stood at that spot across the room from the quartet. But he sees you, points at you, smiles, and then kind of ushers you over to where he is.
Excellent. Yeah. So Love's gonna head across the room, and I guess produce that hors d'oeuvre fork again, and kind of fiddle with it a lot, just as kind of like a nervous crowd of people party situation as she heads over. Yeah, to Rainier.
Yeah, perfect. As you approach, he smiles again, and he says, "Love, I wanted to introduce you to some people." And he motions over to those two individuals that he had been talking to when you all entered the ballroom, or when you did. It is a man and woman. They are each wearing a elegant dress and suit, respectively. Their white domino masks have kind of like ribbon fringe that covers the rest of their face. But they smile at you politely, and Rainier says, "These are Klaus's personal advisors. This is Larissa and Matthias. I wanted to introduce them to you before the night got too crazy."
Absolutely. It is a pleasure. Hi, I'm Love. That is my name. I was one of the adventurers who happened to find your king and his soon-to-be queen out in the woods, and I was just happy to be able to help bring him back to safety.
as you speak, they kind of nod their heads respectively. And Larissa speaks first, and she says, yes, thank you for returning him to us in one piece. Better than he left, it seems. Is that your doing, perhaps?
Well, if you're speaking about his sight, no, that was not something that I was able to assist with.
And Matthias speaks up.
One question, Kunaz,
Yeah.
is there a fireplace somewhere?
Not directly in this room, in the grand ballroom, but there, if you go adventuring, there might be.
Yeah, he's gonna. Because he's in the. Sorry, I need to zoom in on the map. Or just somewhere where he can like just hide in the shadows, just nonchalant.
Yep. I will let you know, and then we'll come back to you so that we can kind of resolve this more and give you some information too. But yes, right nearby the like entrance doors, there's a little shadowy corner that one of the torches does not quite seem to light.
I'm gonna nonchalant. So like it just goes a bit dark and stuff. He's gonna just click his fingers, control flame, and just snuff it out.
Perfect. All right, we'll come back to you just a second. Connor, as Matthias speaks to you, he says, I see. So then it appears that our queen-to-be is responsible for this miracle.
Well, I wouldn't really know. It seemed that he just woke up that way one morning, so I'm not really sure how magic and other things work here in this realm where you live. Where I'm from, which is far away, we have different healing magics, we have different more destructive magics, we have utility magics. It can all be kind of confusing, and in my travels I've seen some places with magic and some without, and I haven't spent enough time here to really dive into exactly where your healing capabilities come from. But I sure would be happy to assist in some kind of research or lore based task. If I'm not sure how long I'll remain in this location, but I would absolutely love to help solve this mystery. I promise you, there's nothing I love more than a good mystery. I just want to gauge their reactions to like interplanar discussion.
They turn to each other to kind of look at each other, and then they turn back to you and Rainier, and Rainier ever so slightly nods his head, and Larissa and Matthias look to you, and Larissa kind of tilts her head a little bit, and she says very sweetly, would you accompany us to our study for a moment? I'm sure we have much in common that we can discuss, and we have plenty of books to assist with your theories.
Oh, absolutely. I would leap at the opportunity for more information. That's really been my job, you see, for quite some time, is traveling to different areas, being able to find these different locations, and share information between people in a free and open kind of way. I really can't stand people who just hoard information all for themselves without sharing it with the people who would actually help. So yeah, absolutely. Could I would you like me to invite some of my compatriots with me, so that way we can kind of roundtable it?
No. Not quite yet. We're very careful about who we share our books with. But
Absolutely.
Rainier is welcome to come with you, as he also knows about our books.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Please lead the way. I'm happy to follow.
Wonderful. And they kind of turn and they begin to walk through one of the doors. And Rainier stays behind and he catches your wrist before you start to move. And he kind of leans down to your ear and he says, "You're safe." And then he lets go of your wrist and he begins to walk forward as well.
I'm gonna let him get about 2 steps before me, and in infernal whisper, "But are they?" And walk. When they get to the door, as like a little button on this scene, when they get to the door, I'm gonna put my hand, like right where the I'm assuming, are there torches on either side of the door, some kind of light source?
Yeah.
Okay. Right there, I'm gonna put my hand, and I'm gonna once again use what is now my favorite cantrip in the whole wide world, prestidigitation, and I want to put a symbol. I can wait. We can mark a thing, make a color, a small mark, or a symbol appear or on an object or surface for 1 hour. I'm gonna do that with what, again, my like watercolor stencil heart that I did on the bench, with an arrow inside of it pointing in that direction. And I want to do it in like a, if it's possible, I'd like to do it in something reflective that'll kind of catch the eye a bit as it flickers with the flame. Probably like a green metallic, like it's a green metallic car sticker, honestly, is what it is. In that vibrant green that I normally put on everything. I'm just gonna, and then walk through.
Okay. I was gonna say, it's like a pearlescent abalone shell kind of effect.
Yeah. To date myself, it's the OG holographic Pokemon card background, but
I thought you were gonna say it's that S thing that everybody did in school.
It's called a Stussy. Thank you. Anyway,
I forgot it had an actual name.
Sure did. Anyway, and then level follow, and that's my button. Thanks very much.
Okay, cool. Kundar, you snuff out the light. Snuff out the light, and you are bathed in the shadows of this tiny little corner. What would you like to do while you're here?
He's gonna observe the area.
Okay. Perfect. You see people come and go. You watch the tail end of the interaction between Love and Rainier, and then those 2 darkly dressed individuals. And then you watch the 4 of them leave through a side door. And you catch a glimpse of Love doing her little Stussy up above the door.
Okay then. Sorry, I'm hearing someone's in the background thing.
No, you're good.
Seeing as I'm in the shadows and stuff, can anyone see me?
That's an excellent question. Can you roll stealth at advantage for me, please?
Stealth, okay. That is an 18.
Perfect. You see a few people over the course of like the 10-15 minutes that you're blending in with the shadows here, start to kind of glance your way, and then their attention is quickly pulled elsewhere again. Nobody is coming up to you. There are no servants who are stopping by you specifically to offer you refreshments as they begin to walk around the room. So nobody is really paying much attention to you at this time. However, as you stand in this area, my goodness, okay. I was trying to look for our DMs in Discord and I couldn't find it. As you stand in this area for long enough, you find that there is something brushing up against your arm ever so slightly, as if it comes from a breeze. And as you look, you are met with a item, which I've just DM'd to you. As it blends in
Discord open.
Yeah. I can read it out loud if you'd like. As you blend into the shadows in this tightly tucked away area.
Is it floating or is it just next to me?
It's just next to you. There's somehow a coat rack that has been long since forgotten in this dark little corner that nobody has paid attention to. And this thing is covered in dust and cobwebs. And that fine layer of dust is the only way that you're able to see it in the darkness of this area. And even as I say that, I realize that you have dark vision, so you're able to see this thing perfectly as it hangs against the coat rack.
Am I able to like just quickly put it on?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Okay then.
Anything else you'd like to do in this moment?
Yeah, seeing as that love is like going into a certain area, I'm going to quickly just because I'm in the shadow. I'm in the shadows. Going to quickly just turn invisible and then just walk. Just try not to bump into people, but try and follow it.
Okay. There are a few people who brush past you, and as like the skirts of this woman very briefly rub against your walking steps, she kind of trips herself up and she turns to look at you, but of course there's nothing there because you're invisible, and she kind of mutters to herself about having too much to drink so soon in the party.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow love to where they're taking her because that's just not doesn't sit right with him.
It's a secondary location. What could go wrong with that? As you make your way through that door, you're met with a brightly illuminated corridor. There are people who are still kind of milling about here. There are some servants attending to them, offering them refreshments as they wait. And you follow the sounds of Love and Rainier and these two individuals, Larissa and Matthias, having inconsequential conversations as they continue to walk down this hallway. And as that occurs, Dan, what are you doing?
Have I got to Borealis's room yet?
You have not. Are you looking through the castle for her, or the palace?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find who's that guard that escorted us.
Rainier.
Okay. So he's with them. No, I'm sure he's like classic Get a sticker in the highest tower. Just looking for the highest tower in the castle vibe. Leaving from the courtyard.
Okay. Have you scoped out this place from the courtyard to try and find the tallest tower that's in this area?
Well, I was picking the flowers. I was just trying
Right.
to make it casual, but
Okay. As you re-enter the castle or the palace, roll me perception.
14.
14. Okay. Connor, roll me a d20, please.
Me? A D20?
Yes. A d20.
Ote. How about a 12?
Okay, perfect. Dan, you're able to see against the flash of the candlelight a glittering symbol that tugs at you for some reason.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Well,
As you go down this hallway, you see the same people that are just chilling there. You hear indistinct conversations, and as this hallway opens up onto another hallway, you can see to the left it goes to some closed doors, some open doors where you can hear laughter and you can see the glow of fireplaces from. And to the right, you see down a little bit down that hallway is a staircase that is currently unattended. And it seems to wrap up into a circular motion.
the security's never great at these castles. I just walk.
Skippy.
But
Skippy is just kind of trotting along beside you going, ah.
I know. If I had an electrum for every time I did this.
He shakes his head sadly. You follow the staircase upwards, and you are met with just one long, winding staircase. It does not stop on other floors, although you can see out of tiny little stained glass windows that there are other floors that you're passing. You're passing by 2, 3, even a 4th floor as you continue up. And as you make it to this final floor, you are met with a simple wooden door that is closed.
I try to open it.
Okay. It's locked.
I knock first.
Okay, you knock. All right. You knock, and as you do that, you notice that there are some images that are painted on this door with chipping paint. Roll nature for me, please.
Okay. 19.
Fantastic. You find the following images that are kind of interspersed in a wreath of sorts. You find a bay leaf. You find several bay leaves, actually. You find a winter cherry. You find a chrysanthemum, an eglantine, and you find a maidenhair fern that has been painted at the bottom of this wreath. And you also find in the center of this wreath a bright pomegranate. And as I love seeing Connor's like, this bitch is doing shit, I know it, but what face? You knock on this door, and as you do, You don't hear any reply. You don't hear any movement from behind the wood.
Borealis, are you in there?
And you wait, and there's no reply.
All right, I kick it down.
Just before you do that, you look down and you see that Skippy is also knocking on the door, but he's using his head, and he's going in between each knock.
The knock is important, Skippy, because we're polite. And then I just kick the door.
The wood splinters as you kick it down. You are met with a small hallway with windows lining either side. You can tell that this is, in fact, the highest point of the palace. And at the end of the small hallway, which is about 10-15 feet, and the ceiling is low here. As soon as you cross this threshold to go into this area, the ceiling is low. And you can see another closed door on the other side.
Knock.
You knock, and there is no reply.
Okay, I'm not waiting. Kick it down.
Okay. You kick it down, and on the other side of this door is another hallway with windows on either side, about 15 feet long, and a door on the other side.
And there's no windows outside of the spiraling staircase?
There's a few windows kind of dotting the outside so that you can look out onto the sea. It's very like archer's windows where they're only wide enough to really stick a bow and arrow through so that you can defend yourself against.
Okay.
Historically speaking, not foreshadowing, historically speaking.
Historically speaking. All right, so historically speaking, let's see. Wait
Skippy
a minute.
bleats as he looks down this new hallway.
All right. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna go down to the windows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look out. Can I
Mhm.
see the top of the tower from here?
Which windows are you looking through? The ones in the
Looking
hallway?
out one of the no. There's no windows in the hallway, right?
There are windows
It's-
in the hallway.
Oh, okay.
There are windows
look-
lining each of the hallways.
All right, I'm gonna look out them.
Okay. You see to the right, you see the open ocean,
Mhm.
and the night sky. To the left, you see the town and the rolling fields and the mountains beyond that.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go like I'm going down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick my head out of one of the archers' spots. One of the windows.
Uh-huh.
Can I see if I can see like the top of the tower?
I don't think you'll be able to stick your entire head out those
Okay.
windows.
That's fair. All right. But I can see outside. Okay. But I can see right there on the other side of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ready. I'm gonna get together a few climbing, like little climbing bits.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tie my headband,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna say, "All right, Skippy, I know I've just been lowballing you, but I can talk to you. I need you to do me a favor, okay?
And Skippy looks at you with his little horizontal pupils, and he goes,
This thing not work. tie the knot a little bit more. Skippy, you understand me? You can talk to me in regular words now. All right, Skippy. I need you to ram me. As hard as you can, and I'll give you this whole bouquet of flowers. But you gotta actually try to hurt me. Do it, and I'll be back. I fucking have the rope tied around my...
Okay. So where are you located? Are you on the landing of that first, like, circular staircase? Before you get to the first?
Before I get to the top.
Hallway? Okay.
Before I get to the door.
Okay. The first door that you kicked in. Okay. Here's what Skippy does. Skippy looks at you and narrows his little goat eyes. And then he turns around and he trots down the hallway. And he goes 30 feet. And then he turns back around. And he, one last time, goes...
Do it!
And he puts his head down and he kicks his little goat foot and he starts running.
All right. I'm just waiting for him to hit me and looking at the window spot right there.
And he rams into you
All
at his full force.
Okay.
And you're going to take 2d6 of damage.
That's fine.
You take 5 damage.
Okay, I take it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Cloudy Escape, which lets me teleport to a unoccupied space that I can see. So I'm going to teleport right outside onto the window and hold on to it.
Does that work?
You are such a shit, and I appreciate you for it.
Does that work?
When a creature you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to give yourself resistance to the attack damage. You then teleport to an unoccupied space that you can see within 30 feet of yourself.
Does that count as an unoccupied space?
It's an unoccupied space. I just gotta be prepared to grab onto the...
Okay. You do it.
Okay.
And you hear Skippy ram into the wall, and he goes...
It's okay. And I throw the bouquet. I'll be right back.
And you can hear the goat noises of him eating it.
And now I'm gonna just Assassin's Creed myself up to the top of this tower.
Before you do that, as you start to kind of hype yourself up to do that, you hear very softly Skippy the smooth-brained goat, named for the smooth brain of a smooth peanut butter, say, "Thank you."
You're welcome, Skippy.
Dad.
Okay, I didn't teach you that. We're gonna talk about that later.
And then roll me athletics to see if you can successfully Assassin's Creed your ass up this tower. Of course. Why did I even doubt?
+7.
Why did I even hope that you wouldn't? How foolish of me.
I ain't gonna get tricked by no magic wizard door. Especially I take down magic wizard doors. But I just don't have my dowsing rod with me. They're somewhere else in the castle, probably getting drunk.
All right. You Assassin's Creed your way up this tall tower.
Okay.
As you do this exercise, Erica, is there anything that Quill would like to do real quick?
As Quill arrived, he doesn't see any of his companions.
Nope.
But in his full costume, no one knows whom he is either.
Mm-mm.
Probably just go off to the side, assuming people are looking at him because his costume is quite unique.
Roll perception.
I've used up all my good rolls.
Making food.
That's fair.
Yep.
I'm
sure it was a masterclass.
I rolled much higher than average on that. Yeah. But my perception, though, not so much. So instead, using the concealment that the helmet offers, I'm going to whisper and then cycle through one by one. Where are you? Where is everybody? So I can reach to within 120 feet.
Okay. I don't think you're able to get to anybody immediately, but as you continue to move throughout the ballroom or investigate throughout the openness of the palace, you might be able to.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do in this moment, or just adventure for a little bit?
I would like to slowly make my way around. It looks like I'm participating in the events.
Mm-hmm.
Little known thing is since I'd gone back to Chords and after going to Mary Ann's, I'd only had 2 ales.
Mm-hmm.
After that, during all the cooking and everything else, I've been sobering up. So, roughly by now, 6 hours later, I am decently sober.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm either going to get better or worse at these rolls. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm not drunk enough.
Yeah. You've set a precedent for your character. As you go through the motions of going through the room of this party, you see men and women and men and women and ambiguous people dancing, talking, eating, drinking, and laughing. And as you head to the side of this ballroom and look at the refreshment table, you are approached by what you think to be a beautiful woman with bright red hair and a teal mask that is a teal half mask that is covered in delicate black lace. And as she approaches, she smiles at you and she extends her hand to you and she says, "I'm Nightingale. I've never seen a costume quite like this before."
As I take her hand,
Mm-hmm.
with my left hand, I will then grab the edge of the cape, hold it out, and I will curtsy, and through the mask, using a femme-presenting voice. Um, well, hello, Nightingale. Um, I'm Taco for the evening.
God damn it. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. And Nightingale, at your curtsies in turn, and she smiles very sweetly, and she says, Taco, like the great wizard. That's wonderful. I loved hearing his stories growing up. Your family must have loved them too. Or you yourself. I don't want to presume.
I don't think we ever managed to get a complete book, but the bits and pieces that were cobbled together, I enjoyed very much. The ideas of magic and fantasy were very appealing.
Such wonderful stories to tell to children. I do enjoy them myself. Would you care for a dance? Or a walk around the grounds? I hear the gardens are beautiful in the moonlight.
Well, maybe we should just start with the dance.
Of course. And she takes your hand and she leads you onto the dance floor.
With Quill's current disguise, with a 21, he is going to let Nightingale lead for all of it.
Oh, as if she was going to let you do anything otherwise.
Okay. By the way, I rolled earlier because I'm hiding my coat, my wondrous coat.
Okay.
It is actually underneath the gambeson, tied up so that it provides me with hips and a butt.
Okay. You've been planning this, I see.
And then the actual the corset and everything else that goes to the design of this costume tapers in the waist a bit more, and then adding a bit of volume to the bottom. So yes.
All right. Perfect. As you and Nightingale enjoy this dance together, it is a standard waltz. And I would like you to roll a performance check for me, please. Perfect. You're the right amount of sober for this. The two of you dance beautifully. Nightingale is a wonderful lead. She is patient, but she tells you what you need to do. She doesn't have any doubts that you don't know how to do this dance. But she's going to tell you how to do it regardless. And as the two of you dance, she laughs and she smiles, and she even tilts her head back in exuberant merriment. And as the dance comes to a close, she bows very deeply to you. And as you look, you notice that the two of you have made quite a large absence on the dance floor. Everyone has watched your performance, and they're all left applauding you as the dance ends and as Nightingale bows to you.
curtsy, and then I notice everyone else, and as part of the ruse, kind of draw in and like almost like try and cover my face, but then I like hit the helmet, realizing that no one can actually see me and no one knows me.
And as Nightingale comes back up from her curtsy bow, she tilts her head coquettishly at you, and she says, "Would you like another dance, a refreshment, or that walk in the gardens? Or would you simply like to say that that was our best work and not upstage the others this early in the game?"
I think we've already done that. I think I actually might need some air.
Wonderful. Allow me. And she crooks her arm, and she waits for you to link arms with her to lead you into the gardens.
So I will place my hand in the crook of her elbow while whispering once again, "Where are you?"
And as she leads you from the dance floor to one of these side entrances opposite from the one that holds Love's mark, she tilts her head again and says very sweetly, "The begonia and redbud are beautiful this time of year. I can't wait for you to see them. Oh, how do you feel about amaranth, Taco?"
That's the whitish pink one with all the full pattern.
And she laughs. I had to look up which one amaranth was again because I forgot. She laughs and she shakes her head and she says, "No. It looks quite like Love Lies Bleeding, but it's not quite as deep of a hue. But it's a wonderful flower. I quite enjoy it myself."
So at this point, I will do a knowledge nature check.
Okay.
And back to shit.
Okay. You know that amaranth is a flower. You know that it is one that has a very long body to it, and then a lot of different tiny flowers that make up the silhouette of the flower. It has large green leaves. And you're not quite sure if it's poisonous or not. And you're not quite sure how it's really different from Love Lies Bleeding anyway. While you're thinking of things.
I'm
go ahead.
literally trying to reach Love.
Uh-huh. You were being taken the complete opposite way of where Love was.
Well, I didn't know where Love was to begin with. I arrived after.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know for your messaging. But as Nightingale takes you away from the loudness of the party and into the quiet dark of the coastal night, we're gonna hop back over to Love. Bork, bork, bork. Bork, bork. Bork.
I have a question.
I have an answer, probably.
Well, I guess it would have been more fair to have you talk first, but I'm
No, it's fine.
following these
Who
two
cares?
and Rainier
Yep.
still.
Yep.
Have we taken any turns?
Yeah, you've taken a few turns. They've been very minuscule.
Okay.
And by this point, it's been all like open hallways
Right.
from here.
But are they?
You pass. Mhm.
Sorry, I'm I'm in dungeon delve mode, and I'm hoping that if someone is following me, that they also will pick up on either from I think Love's perspective, it would be dungeon delving and like trail signs kind of combo. Have there been any points where it's been either like a multiple way intersection or like are they just like 90-degree turns that like that's the only way to go? Like, are there any options of different paths to take in this palace on this way?
Where you are going, it is from the ballroom. You went down a hallway. You took a left into a larger hallway. At the end of that hallway, you took a quick right, and then the room that you ended up in is the second door on the left from that.
Okay. So at each of those changes,
Mhm.
I would like to do a prestidigitation. The magic wickle fingers, as RPG Bot calls it. 'Cause I think it's French. Anyway, I want to cast this spell in a different way for the ongoing effects, even
Right.
if it takes away that love mark off of the wall. So what I would like to do is I would like to give myself like a muddy footprint because it says that I can wait for it clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. So at each of those turns, I'd like to give myself like a muddy footprint or a dirty footprint
Okay.
on the ground until we get to the door. At which point, I would like to do like a like a smudge, like a 3-finger smudge of mud, I guess, kind
Okay.
of going towards the door handle knob type thing, just so that there's a a trail sign going forward at every single decision point. So to help whomever is following me, I as the player know it's Quendar, but whoever is able to follow me, it has some kind of a trail to be able to find what I hope to be not my corpse.
What you hope to be not your corpse. Okay, perfect. You are able to do that. I am adding a new map spontaneously to this game. Pardon me. As it happens. I almost want to have this conversation where it's nobody else is on the screen. It's just you and I.
Okay.
To give it like some air of mystery bullshit.
It's up to you, dog.
I know. Give me a minute to have decision paralysis about it. Okay. It's like in Critical Role when Matt's just like, get the fuck out of the table.
I've never watched Critical Role. It's my shame. I know.
I haven't watched Lord of the Rings. You haven't watched Critical Role.
Well, I literally was talking about this earlier in line. It's Critical Role at this point is like One Piece.
Okay, and just to interject, I've never watched Star Wars.
It's okay. You're not missing much, and it hurts me to say that, but you good, dude.
It's just Space Macbeth.
That's a fact. That's why I probably don't like it. Anyway,
if you're familiar with Shakespeare,
it's
close to.
Yep.
I can't go on a rant about how much I hate Hamlet, but that's anyway.
Here's
anyway.
I love Hamlet. You know what? No, here's a rant real quick. You know what? I hate. No, I can't get onto the soapbox real quick. No, we have to play Dungeons and Dragons. This is what we are required to do here. To go on a rant. As you enter the study, Connor,
Yes.
with Rainier and Larissa and Matthias, you are entered into this room. It is a cozy study. It has a fireplace. It has chairs and couches and statues. And there are bookshelves upon bookshelves upon bookshelves lining this room. And as you come into this room, Rainier holds open the door for you. And as you pass through the threshold, he closes it. And it's just the four of you.
Dramatic.
Thank you. I did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And Rainier positions himself directly in front of the door. He hasn't locked it. You can move him aside to leave at any time. But you know that this is private. This is meant to be just for the four of you. And as they settle into their offices, Matthias and Larissa make themselves comfortable. Larissa leans up against one of the tables and she removes her mask. And Matthias goes to the fireplace and begins to stoke a fire to life. And it's at this point when you notice that Rainier has also been wearing a mask. He's wearing a wolf as a mask. And they wait for you to become settled in this area. And Larissa and Matthias both remove their masks. I think I said that already, but I can't remember. We're monologuing. We're improving. That's what this is. And they patiently await for you to either speak or to remove your mask.
Are there windows?
Nope. Well, yeah, there are two windows that look out onto the grounds and to the cliffs and to the ocean beyond.
Okay. Love is going to keep her mask on for now. As they're doing their busy work and Rainier blocks the door, Love will. She's been walking with her staff this whole time. It's not like an aid thing, but it is part of like the costume, right? This is the brave adventurer who helped rescue the king from these wolves, right? She's rolling her fingers against the staff as she's walking and clicking it with her step, leaning on it a bit, just in terms of not to sell it, but like it's a weariness, right? Like the audience is away, you know.
Yeah.
And she's gonna look around the room and kind of meander over further from the door, I guess. And still with her mask on, not facing the fireplace or Rainier. Is the layout of this room more or less accurate in terms of where the door is and stuff?
Yeah. Here, I'll just...
Door's bottom right?
Rainier, go there.
Where Rainier go?
Rainier's against the left.
Got it. Okay.
So the door is the left.
Yeah.
And then Matthias is over here by this fireplace.
Perfect. And where are the windows? South wall?
On either side of the...
Ah, perfect.
fireplace.
I see them. I got it. I thought those were doors. Okay. Yeah, so she's going to click, I guess, further towards the south wall. Are there bookshelves? What's anything of interest on the walls that she'd be looking at?
There's bookshelves. There's some framed portraits. There's some knickknacks, bric-a-brac, that kind of stuff. There are statues.
Got it.
The books don't really have any writings on their spines.
Right. Interesting. Okay. All right. Is there floral iconography in this room?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
At advantage.
Ooh, advantage.
At advantage.
It's a 15.
15. With a 15, you can see that hanging above the fireplace where a coat of arms might be, there is instead a wreath. This wreath is made up of bay leaves and where was I? I just had it on my list. Now, where is it? Oh, bay leaves and sage. And in the center of this wreath is a camellia flower.
Would I know what that means?
Roll me either nature or history.
I'm gonna do history just because it's a little higher. Double natural 20s. Did not mean to have advantage up, but that is 2 natty 20s right there for the not the world, but for me to see.
For you to see.
Oh,
okay.
I
was going to give you advantage if you had told me if like how much of flower language Love had learned about in her time at the library.
I think one of the things is that between Love and her boyfriend and their world together in their education, they both met in like extracurricular classes kinds of things. They went through their adventure training together. They went through a lot together collectively, or like together, right? One of the things that they differed on is that Love has an infatuation with the worlds out there, and a lot of her free studies were about. It's ultimately what led her to be more of a ranger and more in the like fade diplomacy world, which was closer to reading documents, learning poetry, learning iconography, learning symbolism, learning stories. She just really fell deep into stories, deep into mysteries, deep into books, whereas Delta was much more of the physical, much more of the let's figure out how dungeons are built and how ancient tombs are laid out and the practical applications of what that means. And they really like completed each other in terms of their stories or their studies together. So I think that's where Love's like knowledge of flower language had come from, not from any specific culture, but more from like these are the commonalities that you find between the Fey realms and the influence that the Sylvan language has on common and on the different realms, and how you can see these common threads being woven between societies.
Cool. Good. I change but in death. My destiny is in your hands. Good health and long life.
Love's gonna stop. Kind of like a triangle point between Matthias, between Matthias and Rainier, without looking at Larissa either, looking very pointedly at that wreath and leaning on her staff. She's gonna roll her shoulders and kind of stretch out a bit, and a physical change will come over her, and she's very confidently going to say, "So is it about immortality or is it about power?"
And Larissa is going to smile at you knowingly. And she is going to settle in. And she is going to tell you a story. And before that happens, we're going to bring everybody else back. Kundar, what are you doing?
I am probably still following love.
Okay. You find yourself in a increasingly more and more crowded hallway. There are people lingering about. There are statues in the way in the smack dab in the middle of the hallway for people to gawk at and gather around and whatnot. You find plenty of open doors and plenty of closed doors down this immediate hallway on the left-hand side, where you know that love has adventured to.
Do I notice anything that love's left behind to say where she's gone?
Connor, roll me a d20, and then Maximus, roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. Perception.
I rolled a 13.
I'm going to use one of my inspirations because I haven't yet to reroll that because that's a nat 1.
That's a nat 1.
Did you roll 2 20s earlier?
He did. Connor rolled 2.
Okay, that's about a 16.
There
16
you go. I do.
As you...
Nat 1 plus 2.
Mm-hmm. As you take a moment to look around this hallway, you see as some people kind of move past this location that there are some muddy footprints. And that seems weird because this castle has otherwise been very kept up with. And there shouldn't be just mud. Yeah, we're by the sea. There are gardens outside. The ground must be moist at times, but there shouldn't be fresh mud here on the carpet. And you see that it is leading further down this hallway and then down the next hallway.
I'm going to follow the muddy footprints.
Ah, man. As you do that, you pass through the remainder of this hallway, and I feel like your eyes are kind of drawn to the other people in this area. You've been set on a mission, which was your whole reason for going to Candlekeep in the first place, to find a certain individual. And at some point, maybe you're just looking for that individual in every new location that you go to. But as you look through this crowded hall, you're instead finding very poignant iconography about certain things, namely lighthouses and wolves. And as you walk past these portraits and these statues and these taxidermy examples of these great beasts, you turn the corner and head down this hallway. And you see a set of footprints right in front of a closed door with light peeking through the bottom of it and the shadows of feet right in front of the door.
Seeing as though I'm invisible. And there's people around me.
There are a few scattered people around you. There are some chairs down this hallway that people, tired partygoers, are sitting down in to rest their feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna, even though it might give me away,
Mm-hmm.
a bit, gonna like drop my invisibility, but then with another spell slot just to try and get whoever's on the other side to pay attention. I'm gonna see, he's gonna swirl his hands around, and basically all the people are gonna see is basically a fog just spreads through, and I just let it seep underneath the doorway.
Okay.
But just push it just so it's now going to start filling the room with inside, like water coming into it.
Okay.
Like
Interesting.
water's filling up, yep, and just let it fill the room. But just blow it underneath.
Okay. You see the shadows of feet, however obscured they are right now, shuffle uncertainly. And you hear muffled voices from inside, a deep voice of a man, saying something of concern. You feel from the inflection of it, and love from inside the room. You see this fog start to come in, and Rainier notices it first, and he says, "I'm gonna go check that out." And he,
mind you, while that's filling up, that basically the room is now just encased in fog. Like unless you have really good eyesight, you can't really see him.
Rainier's going to open the door and step outside quickly. And he is going to be met with fog. And Rainier is going to get very serious and sniff the air to see if something is on fire and if they need to evacuate the castle or the palace. And as that is going on, Dan, what crazy shenanigans are you doing?
Alright, I'm climbing to tower.
All right.
Until I can. Okay, go on.
No, I was gonna say it's a very short climb until you get up to the top of.
Is there a
tower.
landing or is there nothing? There's like tiny windows.
There's no windows. There is the sharply pitched point of the staircase tower, the stairwell tower, and then there is the sloping pitch of room.
Okay, perfect. The sloping pitch of room. I'm going to just tear off my window and slap it on to the wall and make it a window using my robe of useful items.
I don't know why I didn't think this is going to come to bite me in the ass.
Damn wizards don't think of warding the whole walls. They think we're just going to make a never-ending hallway on a door and it's going to be fun. I mean, just as me playing a divination wizard before, I would have done the same thing. But as a barbarian, knowing, all right, fucking wizards, they're so cocky. Gotta think outside the box.
You put a window, you put a new skylight in this roof, in the ceiling. And inside, you see a hallway with windows on either side. and a wooden door closed at the other end.
Okay. So wait, so on the room that is just adjacent. Okay. But it's on the one on the side. I didn't put it on the top. I put it on like the side.
Oh, you put it on the side. Okay, perfect. You see a hallway with other windows along the sides of the walls and a wooden door closed on the other side of the hallway.
Okay. So, knowing that, so this is on. Okay, so there's the tower, and it's feeding into this room that's on the side, and putting a window onto that room, it just shows a hallway.
I'm drawing you a picture.
So this would be the complete opposite of side of where the door that I was coming through would be. Okay. Got it. Perfect. So I'm going to bust through that window.
Okay.
Okay.
You bust into the window.
Okay. And I can hear Skippy.
You don't. Yeah, you see Skippy finishing out the bouquet that he was eating on the landing of the busted-in door.
Okay. All right.
And he sees you. He hears the glass break, and he sees you, and he turns around and he goes. And he puts his head down, and he starts to kick his little goat feet like he's gonna ram you again.
Okay. So you said I could do it vertically, right? Could I do it horizontally?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Okay. What if how does magic stack? If I put a window on top of a door, would it go over the magic? If you erase a door that has a sigil on it, is the sigil still there, or does the magic overpower it? I don't want to, because it's a little unorthodox. I did plan for this, but it's not that safe. But if she's in a pocket dimension, it should be fine. Unless it's some sort of door into another. Okay. I'm going to. I mean, I guess.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah. Just come back.
Alright. Quill, you are outside with Nightingale. You're observing the lovely flowering bushes and trees of the palace grounds and gardens. A lot of them strangely look like they've been eaten recently or are missing quite a few of their blooms. But as you walk along, Nightingale takes a flower from a flowering bush, and she looks as if she wants to tuck it behind your ear, but because of your mask, she can't. And so she simply tucks it behind her ear. And she smiles coyly before she turns and continues her walk through the gardens.
Which flower does she do that with?
Roll me nature. She plucks a softly pink 5-petaled flower, and you recognize this as oleander.
You should be careful with that one.
Oh? And why's that?
Well, it's poisonous if you eat it.
And she laughs and she says, I'm not planning on eating it. So what's the harm?
Do I have that spell? Yes, I do. So as she's sitting here talking, my mage hand is going to put the flower in her mouth. And just hold it there.
The DM is too stunned to speak.
I won D&D.
Are you fucking kidding me? We were doing so well of just having such a nice, polite party, and you're fucking bringing murder into this?
No. She is already threatened by friends.
I had a whole arc planned for the murder. No, go ahead. I'm just joking.
She is already threatened by friends.
Mm-hmm.
She is trying to keep me distracted.
How do you know?
Well, even if I'm wrong, prove it.
Can I ask one visually clarifying question?
Yep.
Is this the spectral mage hand or is this the invisible mage hand? Because that's gonna change my visual image of how badass this looks to see a spectral ghostly hand go what versus just a flower go pink,
Is a ghost assaulting her or is it an invisible force?
I am not a thief rogue or arcane trickster, so it is the spectral hand.
Yeah, that's what I like. Good job, dude. That's fantastic.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. All right. Okay. All right. We can do this way. She is smiling, and as she finishes her sentence, she is about to giggle demurely as you, with a flick of your wrist, conjure your mage hand to grasp the flower from behind her ear and pop it into her mouth. And your mage hand holds it there against her lips, and she startles. And as if by instinct, you can see her throat bob as she swallows the flower. and she looks at you with terror in her eyes as she begins to choke, and a rash forms against her skin, creeping up her chest onto her neck and flushes her cheeks. And after a moment, she begins to suffocate. And as her chest heaves with the effort to breathe, not only from her corset, but from the effects of this toxin, her eyes roll back into her head, and she falls into a mass of skirts and finery onto the floor.
I want to catch her as she falls
Uh-huh.
and
Roll
just whisper.
dexterity.
Okay.
You try to catch her as she falls, and her body falls limply like silk through your arms as she lands onto the cold, hard ground. Her eyes gazing up at you helplessly as they begin to bulge.
So I will whisper to her, "Don't hate the player, hate the game." I walk away.
Writing a note. Thought Nightingale was gonna be around longer. Okay. That's fine. It was my fault for saying it was Oleander.
It really is.
Damn, I should have known better. Should have fucking foresaw this. Yeah.
At which point, as I'm walking away, I stop walking. I move into a panicked run, shouting for someone to bring water. That Nightingale's choking. And
Okay.
as people start going that way, I just casually make my way back inside. And I'm still trying to signal my friends.
Okay. Roll perception.
Sweet.
As you make your way back inside the ballroom, the party is still lively, and out of the corner of your eye, you see teal silks and black lace slip through a doorway.
A similar color scheme to what Nightingale was wearing?
Exactly, that color.
I suppose I'll follow for now. I mean, I did just kill a bitch with a non-damaging cantrip, so... I guess I'll be okay.
Be alright. What's the worst that could happen?
No more plants in this campaign will ever be poisonous again.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. You duck through this door. As it closes quietly behind you, you are met with a short hallway that has another doorway at the other end of it that has the beginnings of a staircase. And as you look through that doorway, you see a flash of those teal silks moving up those stairs at a leisurely pace.
I don't have time to recast my detect magic as a ritual, so I'm going to go ahead and just use a spell slot to do it quickly.
Okay.
With that, Arcana. 24. Am I chasing an illusion?
No way to tell.
If there was illusion magic going on, I would see the aura.
Yeah.
If it just passed by. So if
No
it's
way to
not
tell.
signaling, well, if it's not signaling me, then I know it's a person. So I'll go ahead and follow.
Okay. You start to head up these stairs, and you find that they are. It's what some would call a winding staircase, but it switches back on itself fairly quickly, and it does that for about 3 different levels before it heads into another doorway at the top of those stairs. Do you go up the stairs?
I'm going to just keep signaling to my friends, see if I'm ever in range.
Dan, you hear a very soft whisper in your head, but it is not discernible enough for you to tell what it's saying or who it is.
Okay. Gonna use one of my steel mirror patches.
Mm-hmm.
Is there enough space under the door to slip something under it?
Roll me a luck check.
Without damaging the door. Let's see.
Just roll a d20 and then 11 or up. You make it through.
All right, I'm gonna use my last inspiration.
Okay.
Nope.
It is just too. The mirror is too thick to get underneath the door properly for you to get a good vantage point.
I break a piece of it off. I break off the frame so I can put it under.
Okay. You do that, and from the angle that you're able to slip it under, you see the backside of the door, and you see the beginnings of a darkened chamber with stone walls, and you can see the a little bit of like a tasseled fringe hanging on the wall.
So it's different from the hallways I've been seeing.
Mm-hmm. You can surmise that, yes.
Do I see any candles?
You do not see any evidence of light.
Okay. Let's see. I have something. So I heard whispers, but I couldn't tell what they were from. Which.
Yep.
Okay. So. So I can see some spots in there, right?
You can see like a few things, yeah.
Okay, that's all I need. All right. I look at Skippy one more time.
He's already head down.
Looking through.
Ready to fucking go.
I was like, I heard some whispers. I didn't like it. I gotta get in there and set up.
Skippy goes,
Do it.
and he starts running.
Straight butt out. He's gonna hit
Starts
me
running.
in my ass.
And he hits you for 4 damage.
I get hit. I look through the mirror. I see an unoccupied space. I try to teleport there.
Okay.
Am I on the other side of the door? Locked in there too.
As Skippy hits you, and you begin to teleport, Connor, you were being told this story by Larissa. And she takes a deep breath, and she begins her tale, just as Rainier closes the door behind him. And she does not seem to mind the fog or the smoke that is rolling in through the door, filling up this room, and almost making it difficult for you to breathe. And as she seemingly looks straight at you, despite this impenetrable fog that's filling, Kundar, you see that Rainier has that same look in his eye as he fixates his gaze upon you. And as his hand moves from the doorknob, he begins to open his mouth to say something to you. And Quill, as you are making your way up this staircase, you pass by this landing 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, never ending. The climb is getting more and more. You're wasting so much energy. Are you drunk? You don't remember drinking anything or imbibing in anything that'll make you lose your mind. But you're just walking up these stairs and it's never ending, and you can just look over your shoulder to see that closed door that those teal silks and that black lace walked through, but you just can't bring yourself to make it up to that door. And Mordau, as you are lying on your back staring up into the darkness of that room, you can feel yourself heave a sigh of relief as your body rights itself from Skippy's relentless attack on your abdomen once again, as he pushed you through that door by your own magical means. And as you look up into this darkness and gaze at your new surroundings, that's where we're going to call session.
Damn.
Gotcha!
I didn't even get to set up my trap, but it's fine. I've already got it ready to prepared for what I'm gonna do.
No, I know.
Nice. So I'm gonna go up twice, down twice. I'm gonna take a left twice, take a right twice, and then be a select start.
No, yeah, sure. If you want to try Mario 64 this, you can.
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
One thing I tell Skippy though is, after you hit me, run as far away as you can.
You could certainly try to communicate that with the boy.
I use my animal speaking to tell him that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's just on the other side of the door, isn't he?
Right, but I couldn't hear from the inside of it out. So right before he hits me, I say, "You're gonna hit me in the butt, and then you're gonna go as far away from here as you can. Go find one of the other people, you know.
Go find our friends.
Go find friends."
Yeah. Anybody else? Any funny ending quips?
Nope. Nope, I'm good. I'm gonna ride this intensity high.
Cool.
End of episode.
I love that. Fuck all of you, by the way. I spent all day leading up to this session writing out exactly what was gonna happen, and I should have known that it was gonna go a completely different way. So thank you all for keeping me on my toes and making sure that my improv skills are top notch as always. I genuinely appreciate and love playing this game with you all. And with that, thank you everybody for joining us for session 10 of Between the Prose. My name has been Finn. I've been your storyteller for this adventure. You can find me every other Monday playing Penny Land on Gaia Chronicles. And yeah. Connor, say an outro.
I sure will. Hi, I'm Connor. You can find me here on Vibe Tribe doing Vibe Tribe things. I play Cypress in Gaia Chronicles. I play Ceniza in El Juego. I played some stuff in Season 2, so you can go check that out too. Am I forgetting a game? Oh no, this one, yeah. And then I play Love, the Tiefling Fey Wanderer Ranger, here in Between the Prose. Subscribe to all of our stuff, please. It would be great. My kitty cat finally decided to come and sit in my lap now that I'm going to stand up and then go to bed. Here he is. He's a good boy.
That lad?
It's Phoebe. He's a good boy. Anyway, that's my outro. Thanks so much. And love, okay, bye.
No, now choose somebody else to go.
Oh, is that how we're doing it? Okay, I don't know.
We're doing popcorn.
Got you. I don't know if we're laid out the exact same way for everyone else's screen, but we're going to go over to Maximus, which is right on that side of my screen.
Other way.
Other way, but you're right here on my screen.
Nope.
But now you're here on this screen?
Yep.
That's redonka-donk. I don't like how this internet magic works. Anyway, Maximus is up.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Maximus playing Kundar, the ever so slightly just devilish trio that decided to put Bog inside a castle. Yeah.
That'll go great. I'm so excited to see how this happens.
Yeah.
Pick someone else. Daniel?
Is that Dan?
It's Dan.
On my screen, I'm underneath you. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'm Dan Sebastian. I played Mordell, Goliath Barbarian. I'm here on Vibe Tribe. I also play as Norm Allman, Human Artificer, question mark, on Gaia Chronicles. And yeah, so far those are the only places, but stay tuned. And Erica.
Hi, I'm Erica, or Dungeon Mistress Erica. I run Gaia Chronicles on every other Monday here on Vibe Tribe. Obviously, here I get to play Quill, the half-elven lore bard, who killed a bitch with a mage hand. Really hope that wasn't supposed to be a long-term reoccurring NPC.
Guess we'll never know.
Yeah. And, knowing is half the battle. And the other half of the battle is violence.
That's always an issue.
It's always.
But, yeah. Let's see. Don't forget, every other Tuesday we have the Golden Feathers of Tiantang.
Oh, yeah.
Every other Wednesday. What game is on Wednesdays?
Is it Dakota's?
Yes, I think it is
Unveiled?
Dakota's. So, yeah, Unveiled on Wednesdays, and Thursdays is El Juego, right?
Sundays.
One Sunday a month.
Sunday once a month.
Okay.
Yes. Our next game for El Juego is June 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But we have tons of games. Come out and see them. You'll find someone that you can identify with and do and mourn them of it when they eventually die. Except mine. I'm going to live forever, but only as a memory, because he's going to die quickly if he ever gets into an actual fight. Which is why I have to be smarter than the bad guys.
For now. For now.
But yeah. Oh, I also have a 5e Witcher campaign. If you want the details on that, you can message me, Dungeon Mistress Erica, on pretty much all social media.
And on that note, thank you all for joining us for this lovely session. We will be back in 2 weeks on Sunday the 16th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And in this lovely month of Pride, remember to hydrate or die straight. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's going to happen next time? Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.